The difference between, those who have longevity and those who do not is the authenticity piece. Because if you cannot show up as your most authentic self here, you're always going to be putting on a performance. And that's exhausting. That is a fast way to burn out. Peace, love, and light, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Marquita, and if this is your first time joining me, welcome. And to those of you who are returning, welcome back. Today, it is my intention to discuss with you all the importance of staying consistent even when you may not feel like showing up. And the reason why I have decided to do this is because I've been trying to sit down and create some content for about 3 hours at this point. And although I was able to, do some of it, it just feels inauthentic, right? Because it feels like I am forcing myself to come up with the words to speak. And that's never how I create. As I am learning to build consistency with myself and with this YouTube channel, it feels like I am forcing myself into a box or forcing myself into an identity that has not fully. It feels like I am forcing myself into an identity that has not been realized. And it's interesting to say that because I have been at this for 4 years, but I have not always been consistent. This just goes back to one of the videos that I created about purpose and how, you have to essentially embrace the in-between versions of yourself. Like, you have to embrace the liminal space because that is a part of the process. And so because I am very conscious of that, I'm very much so aware that I have to stay consistent in order to become the version of myself that I really want to be. It is not a time, for me to be laxed or a time for me to just be like, oh, I don't have nothing to talk about, so let me not create any content. I'm not doing that anymore. It is a time for me to be consistent, and it is a time for me to allow myself to be authentic and visible and seen in me creating, and me not being perfect, and me just showing up and delivering to you all whatever it is that comes to mind. And so I was trying to create some videos, and I'm like, this feels fake. Like, this feels fake. This is not in alignment. And I'm all about, moving in alignments, especially when it comes to my voice and the things that I have to say, both when I speak, also as when I write. So communication is my purpose, right? Like, I know my purpose is to communicate. I know my purpose is to, inspire. But it's like, in the past, what I would have done is I wouldn't have done anything, right? Because I typically try and wait for inspired action. Although that version of myself worked in the past, like that worked for me, because it allowed me to realize that I don't have to be so rigid in my life, and that I can soften, and that I can, you know, allow myself to be in flow and be inspired in the right times. That's not, that's not a part of who I'm desiring to be. Like, that is not a part of the becoming. And because I have different goals that I am going after right now with the vengeance, um, this is a part of me showing up. This is a part of the consistency. This is a part of allowing myself to just be authentic. I feel like the difference between people that fail and people that succeed, or people that have longevity, so to speak, in creation and, social media, the difference between, those who have longevity and those who do not is the authenticity piece. Because if you cannot show up as your most authentic self here, you're always going to be putting on a performance. And that's exhausting. That is a fast way to burn out, being inauthentic. Because as I saw, it just was a waste of time. And I didn't I didn't create what I wanted to create. Yeah, I think that is a wonderful message for anybody who may need it. Like, if you are in a place where you are becoming this version of yourself that you want to be, and you are just in this in between space, it is much easier to go back But when you are so far along, right? Like when you're so far along within this liminal space and you're right on the brink of becoming that version of yourself, you can't go back. Like it's like your consciousness will not allow you to do so. And so just keep going. Just do what you know that you're supposed to be doing, no matter what, no matter how awkward it may be, no matter if it feels forced, you know what I'm saying? Even if it feels forced, like you have to show up as that version of yourself because you're so close, like you're right on the edge. And yeah, um, that's pretty much all I got. That's all I got. I think that this is better than nothing. And yeah, peace, love, and light, beautiful souls.